So there's a little controversy going on with this new event as of right now. Now, before we start, I'm not defending it or anything. I'm just giving my personal thoughts about this event and how's it going for the whatchamacallit. So if you guys don't know, hard mode has came out for the past 4 hours now. And I ran out of tickets, so I only got up to 1.5. I could probably push another 1 or 2 stages in this mode. But basically, the complaint as of right now is that the scaling for these maps is really ridiculous. Now, if this game doesn't let me... Okay, I probably got loot from this. 1 second. I'll go ahead and collect. I wasn't going to collect, but I'll go ahead and collect now. Assuming this goes here. Alright, so let's go ahead and claim this. Claim 1. So, the spike goes crazy around 1.6. You go from 1.5 here. Well, you can't go back here, but basically it's like 26k right here, and then it goes to 31k. So the complaint as of right now is that a lot of people are having a hard time going into like the later stages of the map, and they can't do it, even though there's 6 days left. So people are saying this event is too hard for the initial stages of the game. Now, I don't disagree with that. I will say that I think 110 is like 45k or 40k, something like that, ridiculous. So it's not something most free-to-play players or even most players in the game as of right now can achieve within a certain time frame. So they won't get this bonus from the milestone rewards. As you guys see here, if you clear all of hard mode, if it loads, please load, please. Okay, you get 2,000 points. If you knock out all of these hard mode maps, you get a bonus of 2,000 points, which is a lot. It is a lot. Now, here's the thing. If you guys have been farming this event with the compensation pools we've been given, they might give us more even, then you should be able to clear out the tickets, the consoles, and maybe a few of these dust right here. Now, if you guys go for the high quality mode, that's going to be kind of sketch. But if you want to go that route, you're probably going to have to give up these battle sets, which is fine if you want to go that route. But again, you kind of want to avoid these because you're not guaranteed anything. You can probably get an elite or SR, but who knows. Regardless, though, I want to go ahead and discuss about the hard mode difficulty. So the big issue here is that people can't clear this. Now, here's my take on this whole hard mode stuff. I played quite a few gacha games, at least the ones that came out in the past like 4 years, because these are the ones that are quote-unquote recent and new. Never have I seen an event, the first event particularly, not be hard. They're usually really hard. So some of the games I played quite often are games like Azure Lane, Arc Knights, Grand Blue Fantasy, Princess Connect, Punishing Gray Raven, and there's more down the list, but most of them have pretty difficult maps to start off with. I think the easiest one was like Punishing Gray Raven. That one's a joke. I think hard mode's a joke as well too, but I think it's because I was playing a lot, but whatever. Anyway, so Azure Lane's first event was not easy. If you guys remember, it was the Crane sister one, was Zuikaku and Shokaku, that one. When it first came out, 1 month after release, a lot of people was struggling with that map. Now, you can definitely clear a shop without clearing the hard mode maps, but you don't get all the stuff in there, like the trophy and stuff like that. It won't be there. So that's one of the downsides to it. So you missed out on some of the goodies, like the trophy, but you can still clear out the shop for at least the good part, right? But it was difficult though. And then the introduction of Generation 2 events, which was basically when D3 maps are like 103 mobs or something. I believe the first one was like Micro Medley or something like that along those lines. It was really, really hard. It was hard. It made a lot of people struggle a lot with farming. So by no means was the first introduction of Generation 2 events in Azure Lane easy as well. It was hard. Nowadays it's not hard because everyone knows how to do it by now, except unless you're a new player. But for the most part though, it was hard. Now, going back to the other games I played, Arc Knights, if you guys remember the first event, I think it was Scatty's event, we had Bob, the chainsaw guy. Now, how many people actually cleared all of those maps in Arc Knights with the chainsaw guy, Bob? There's also a hard mode as well, too, or EX mode. Keep that in mind. So, I remember I struggled a lot with that event because I didn't have Asia, the goat girl, whatever. It was really hard. I did clear it though, but it was really hard. Again, another hard event. First hard event in a gacha game. Then Grand Blue Fantasy has like farming events. You can farm the easier maps, but the later maps are much difficult to farm, but you can just hit it once and do stuff like that. But Princess Connect also has difficult modes as well too. There's like an EX mode at the end, but you don't have to farm it or whatever. So to me, going back to the game in NIKKE, the last 5 maps are definitely a doozy. I think if anyone tries to play like decently casual, you probably clear up to 1-5, and then you probably gotta farm like 1-4 or like 1-2. You gotta pick one of these maps to farm essentially, right? Which isn't bad. For the most part, most people are gonna need battle sets and they're gonna need the credits. So you're gonna farm this map regardless. You don't really need core dust unless you get into a 1-7. And if you can do 1-7, you pretty much pass the level 100 cap where you need the core dust. So farming core dust is kind of whatever. You're going to need a lot of it eventually, but if you guys are complaining about not clearing 1-6 right now, you're probably not level 100 yet. So you're probably not going to be able to care too much about the core dust as of right now. But you can get it though. There's 6 days left. Regardless though, for the most part, you guys can clear most of the shop out. Like just getting the tickets. If you guys care about gacha only, then tickets and SSR mode is definitely something you get very fast. Consoles, I highly recommend getting these as well too. And then these other things as well too if you really want them. But for the most part though, I think the most important thing to grab here are definitely the consoles and the tickets. After that, you can grab whatever you want. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, especially free-to-play players, can grab at least these things. So I'm not saying I'm a big fan of how they distribute this difficulty, because unlike other games, you can't outskill a very high deficit map. There is a lot of RNG involved in the combat, so you can reset as much as you want. You can probably get it clear eventually after many tries, but for the most part though, it's still very difficult. So I'm not saying I'm defending this part of the game, saying it's worth it, it's easy, it's fair or whatever. I'm just saying that we don't have to do these maps to get at least the most important things in this game. I think it's safe to say as of right now that this game is pretty predatory to get people to spend money to get ahead. Like even if you look at the shop right now, you can literally pay crystals to get more sound sources, to do more runs, to farm more resources, to get more things in the shop. Like you can literally do that. Like that's already a pay to win feature right there. So having whales have exclusive maps, or whales to do exclusive maps, that's just the nature of this game. So again, I'm not defending it. I'm not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying that we knew what we got into. At least if you're still playing this game after like a week or 2 by now, you know what you're getting into. This game isn't free to play friendly by all means. Definitely looks into wanting people to spend money. Has a lot of pay to win aspects, especially when PvP drops out. So just telling you guys as of right now, there's definitely bigger things to worry about as of right now than just this event. Also, in like about a month or 2 from now, if you guys are still playing the game, you guys will probably be like 40k gear score, battle power by then. You could probably just plow through this event, no problem. It won't be a big deal. For the first event, it may be a bit tricky because a lot of people are still building up their arsenal and they start fresh, they're still re-rolling stuff like that, so they're sitting around like 20k battle power. So it's understandable that you guys are a little bit behind right there. But give it about a month or 2 and these maps are all done. Like if they're gonna keep the same formula, I'm very sure it's gonna be very fast. It won't be an issue. For the first one, that's gonna be a problem. But for the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 that comes after, won't be a big deal. So that's my take on the event. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.